his right and wraps it around to the goal.
Ovo, O'Reilly, over the top. Roy ready, shot and score.
Gets around Weed, off the bounce, shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score.
Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto, one-handed shot is up and in with an extra man.
Bouvier sniping. Top corner.
Sophomore goes back to it. Enzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man?
Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score.
Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Stella Stadium, Nashua, New Hampshire. Good to be here today with my new partner, Evan Alfano. Nick Anastas is over at Bilbao Stadium calling that Division I finals between Bishop Girton Cardinals and the Bedford Bulldogs. That game is slated to start soon over there. He'll be calling that game with the color analyst, Kristen Cameron. Evan, good to have you on board here today. I know you've done some sports calls before, very little lacrosse, but you've got a head for it and the numbers and all that stuff that I'm not so good at. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I do got some experience at the college level, calling some lacrosse. My first high school game, obviously I'm local. I went to Bow High School. We didn't have the best of years, but we're excited to have these really good teams, the four best teams. Really, when the playoffs started, we kind of thought these would be the four teams, right? The top four seeds. This first game, of course, being the 3-seed Windham, the 2-seed Derryfield. They both have the same record at 13-3, but the slight edge in terms of points goes to Derryfield. And Derryfield, a team that they're trying to get back to the place where they feel they belong. Up till last year, they'd won the previous 4 titles. Before, of course, the 2020 season that didn't end up happening, and then, of course, Portsmouth winning last year. So for Derryfield, this is a game where they're trying to really re-cement themselves at the top. Yeah,
that's absolutely true. It's funny that we look at seeding sometimes when we're going into the playoffs, and you look at them and you're like, well, that team really, probably shouldn't be a 4. Maybe they're a 6. We all have our opinions about that. And certainly in Division II this year, where it was just so strong and prolific with very, very good teams, especially in that top 7 or 8 slot that actually made the playoffs. Here we are with the 1, 2, 3, 4 seed banging it out in the semifinals. These two teams did meet earlier, obviously, in Division II. Earlier in the season at the end of April, that game was at Derryfield on a day very much like today, starting to get a good warm-up that day. And that was a 13-5 victory for the Cougars. Windham came a long way from that game. I think they learned some things about their offense and kind of changed it up a little bit throughout the remainder of the season. And here we are, with these two teams clashing again.
Yeah, that first meeting, and the final score 13-5, but it was a 3-goal game. It was 7-4 at halftime. And then, of course, Coach Hetler and the Cougars came out in the second half. They only allowed the 1 goal from Windham in that second half, so it would be important for Windham to try to be able to regroup at halftime. They obviously showed how good of a team they were in the first half, but Derryfield really pushed them over the edge there in that second half.
Yeah, they held them scoreless in the third quarter and only gave up 1 goal the remainder of the way in that game. So Windham has ended the season very strong. They started off 6-0. And then they ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw there, having played that Derryfield game was their first loss, in fact. Second loss came to St. Thomas. They came back with a win against Winnicott, which was a big game at the time. Winnicott was looking very, very strong. And then they ran into Portsmouth. So they, out of those 4 games, they played the powerhouses of Division II, and then they ran the table the remainder of the year. They went 6-0. So they're riding high. They're probably peaking at the right time. and they've had some pretty big games there, ending the season against Manchester Central Memorial with a big 15-2 win. So they're coming into this kind of hot.
Yeah, 8 wins in a row, counting these first two playoff games. The win I highlighted in the regular season, they beat Timberlane 8-7 late in the season. They actually had back-to-back one-goal wins late. So this is a team, Windham, that they know how to play in the close situations, and they did that late in the year. That win against Timberlane really helped to give them the 3 seed here in the playoffs. So they've lost against really some of the best teams, but they've also got some good wins to their resume, including the one against Timberlane. And like you said, it's a much different Windham team now than I think Derryfield saw in about midway point of the season.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right, which leads me to believe that this is going to be a very good game today. Let's not forget about Derryfield. They have been to the defending champs in the past. In this situation, but. They had kind of a 3-win, 1-loss, 3-win, 1-loss, 3-win, 1-loss. That's how their season went until they ran the last 4 games of the season. We'll talk a little bit more about personnel and matchups and things like that. Let's look forward to that in the next break, and we'll go from here. Game is about to start here in the next 4 minutes, and this whole production is brought to you by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.NHTomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Beam Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Beam Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Welcome back here to Stello Stadium. Evan Alfano and Roger Howe with you as we're getting set for the first of two semifinals. The 2 and the 3 seed getting ready to get going, Windham and Derryfield. As we see the Cougars lined up and getting their starting lineups announced, which should be a very good game here today. Talked about their first meeting already midway through the season, and this one being second time they've seen each other, but both teams definitely have grown a lot since then, and it should be a very tightly contested matchup here.
So let's talk about some of the matchups here. I think after seeing Windham and both those teams quite a few times this season, I'm going to give the nod at the goaltending position to Jackson Milano. He's astute. He is sharp. He can pass the ball quickly. And as Coach Hetler told me earlier in the season, their goaltender, this is really first or second year maybe playing, at that position. And Coach Het worked with him steadily in the offseason to get him to a point where he's an upstanding goalie right now. But still, I think Jackson Milano is probably going to take that nod in the goaltending slot, and that doesn't take away anything from Parker Liebes, the Derryfield goalie. National anthem.
And we are getting set and ready to go here. And for both teams, you got to think that fast start is going to be important to try to pull ahead and give yourself some momentum early on in this game.
And that's been the case throughout the season. If you've got a strong face-off guy out there, then usually that plays into good possessions, long possessions, immediate offensive possessions, obviously. With the exception of one game we did about a week and a half ago with Hollis Brookline and Timberlane, where that Fogo dominated, but Hollis Brookline ended up losing that game. It's certainly been the trend throughout the playoffs here since the quarterfinals. We'll see what happens here. I think these two face-off midfielders are pretty evenly matched. Maybe it'll boil down to the wing play. We'll see.
We'll have to see, and I'll give you, Roger, a quick moment to introduce the officials here for this first game tonight.
Yeah, good crew again, as always, for the playoffs. So we always tend to get some of the cream of the crop here. You got Dave Shannon out there. He'll be the head official. Bruce Kennison, I believe, will be working the bench in the box area. Robin Day, she did the Portsmouth Clipper Derryfield game a few weeks back when we were over in Portsmouth. And Tyler Leeds. We've seen Tyler many times this season. So a good crew. Looking for a good game out of them, and hopefully we won't see a lot of yellow flags flying in the air. A lot of good play.
And as always, the hope is the teams will shake hands here for the folks at home. Derryfield in the white uniforms. They got the maroon letters and numbers. Windham in the blue uniforms, white letters and numbers. And Derryfield, the higher seed, they're going to be going from right to left across your screen here for quarter number 1 between the number 3 Windham and number 2 Derryfield. As we are set and ready to go, we are underway. Face-off won right away by the Cougars. They did a nice job of that against Windham in the first meeting.
Yeah, and that's Logan Purvis. He's gotten better, I think, as the season's gone on.
A chance there.
Yeah, they're giving that to him. Yeah, Milano skipped on that.
That's a quick goal there for the Cougars. That one sneaks through Jackson Milano, and he couldn't ask for a better start here for Derryfield. See the replay.
Yeah, right off the face-off goes to the Fogo, Max Fowler, and he gets a good downward shot on that, and it dribbles by Milano. So a little bit of a hiccup there for Jackson to start this one off.
Yeah, it bounced off just inside the net and came out, so that's why there was some hesitation if that ball was in, but it is the first goal for Derryfield, just seconds in. And they go right back to work here offensively with Flanagan. As now they'll slow things down and set up their offense here up top. Now a chance towards goal, low shot here, and that's a good save. That's Tate Flint right there at the shot. Flint in the first meeting had a nice game, 2 goals and 2 assists to help lead the Cougars offensively in that victory.
Yes, yeah, and Tate's the real deal. He's going to Merrimack. He's a Trinity transfer from last year. Did some games at Trinity with him last year, and he impressed me then. And he just stands tall, and he's a big, muscular guy out there. Can go both ways, too. He goes attack and midfield sometimes.
The Jaguars now with Drew Denton. Moves into the X here as Windham trying to even things up. Denton. Low pass. And the Cougars jump on it. It's still loose, but eventually that's scooped up in net. Gaha in there. Gets his first touch.
Ooh.
Tough catch there.
Yeah. Yeah, Little's done more to save transition to the offensive zone than any person on Derryfield's team, I think. He's quite a sharp young man and has some really good skills out there.
And so now the Cougars at their first defensive stand. Another chance here offensively. And they'll work it behind the cage. Everyone getting a touch here offensively. Murray, another one of their top attackmen for Derryfield.
He had a good game against Windham earlier this season. He had 4 goals in that game, Evan. He was hot.
Windham had a lot of trouble containing Murray. You'll see if they do better today. Low shot here, and it's another goal. That's a rocket. That's Tate Flint as he gets on the scoreboard for the first time, and Derryfield doubles their lead.
Yeah, so we just said, I mean, here's a guy that's got great poise out there, great skills, good hands, and you can't give Tate Flint that kind of space. I mean, the defender falls down, there really is no slide coming in there, and he just gives it a good blast.
And he's able to just walk into that shot and shot it low and came up high, and the 2-0 start here for Derryfield. Exactly the start that they wanted here against a tough Windham team.
Boy, and Purvis has got it going on at the face-off X. He's got the same motion and the same clamp going each of the 3 wins so far, and directing it right over to Max Fowler each time.
That's been important for Derryfield early on. They controlled it, the face-off dot in the first meeting, and they've done that here early on. Work things around again. Pass gets over here to Flanagan. To his right, he gets shut off, though, defensively. That was Dunham. Gets up top to Flint. The ever-dangerous Tate Flint here to his left.
He had some space there, too. He had the pick coming, and he could have stayed in his left, but chose not to go.
Derryfield showing some good patience here, using some clock and just waiting for that right moment to strike.
Yeah, you can hear Coach Hetler barking where he wants that ball to start with the play, and as you said, Evan, here we go.
Nice recovery by Flint there.
Oh.
A chance here, rings off the bar. That was a good chance there. It's a Cabot. Windham dodging a bullet there.
Yeah, and back to their offense. Now you can see them, going into motion here. But when Coach Hetler wants the ball in a particular player's hands, you can see that the play will start, and they will start to move, on the corners and through the box, and get their rotations going, which will make things a little easier on the backside here. Ooh.
Now a chance here. That's going to miss. It's going to stay, though, with Derryfield.
Yeah, it went off a body.
Milano hustling to get back into his goal. Here's Flint now by himself in the X.
Now they're packing in a little bit.
Now a chance here. Skips away. That was Quinsilvio.
Well, that's his first take of the game. It won't be his last. He's a pretty important part of this offense. Him and Tate, of course.
Another opportunity, and it's the third goal. And right on cue, it's Silvio. Just like you said, and it's 3-0 Derryfield.
Yeah, and I like what they did there. They just, they had him up here at the near side to the goalie's right, and they popped him far side, and the defense kind of sloughed off him a little bit. And, that was Patrick Furtado, and he just kind of gave him a little more space than he should have, so.
Yeah, good goal on the top corner near side for Silvio. Another face-off victory gives Derryfield possession once again. Pass to the middle, but didn't quite connect. Prue was there in front of goal, and Windham with an important defensive stand there. That's Brian Damaris who gets the clear. And now Windham, a low pass there, was able to recover. That's Matthew O'Connor. 6:15 to go here, opening quarter. Derryfield has jumped on Windham the first 3 goals of the game.
Yeah, this is what Windham needs, though. They need to get a good possession here, handle the ball, get everybody a touch, get the feel of the ball in their stick, and just kind of settle in.
An opportunity here. Windham looking to try to strike.
This is Alex Ryan's dangerous spot. Right here is where they want him. And there it is.
You've been right on it twice in a row. This time it's Alex Ryan for Windham, and that is an important goal here in the first quarter to get the Jaguars on the board.
Yeah, when we did that game on April 29th, all 3 goals by Alex Ryan, which were scored 1, 2, 3 in a row in that first quarter, were all from that same spot. So I know they haven't lost the film from that game, and I'm sure Coach Hetler will be all over his defenders to clean that up. And we'll see what Coach Joe Young can do with him. 5th straight win, and it was a carbon copy of the first 4.
Yeah, Purvis has been a huge part of this start here for Derryfield with another face-off win. And they're back to work offensively. Windham, it's an impressive roster. You look up and down, a lot of players heading off to college to play lacrosse. Ryan off to Bentley.
Yeah, they've got a packed house of college commits. Not all lacrosse either. They've got some football guys out there. We'll certainly mention them throughout the broadcast here. But you're right.
Derryfield a younger team, but I'm sure in the next year or two we'll see a lot more commits from the Cougars.
Yeah, that's a foregone conclusion with any of Coach Hetler's teams.
Now it's Flanagan, able to turn to his right. Good strength there, gets a shot off.
Boy, nice late bump there by Jacob Masici, I believe. I hope I didn't murder that name too bad, but it looks like Masici. Alfano Masici, did I get it right?
You did.
You did, okay.
You did.
Good. I've struggled with poor Evan's name ever since I knew he was going to be my partner tonight. So,
hey, you've gotten it when it's mattered the most.
Yeah. Not as bad as murdering Labid's name, Parker Labid's the goalie for Derryfield, like I did earlier today.
So did I. Called it the wrong. I was looking at the wrong roster, so I was all over the place. But we're getting there here. There's a loose ball here that the Cougars able to recover. Silvio, good work there. Now quickly back the other way. Chance to shoot. They score.
Chili.
That was quick. And Chilton Cabot there with a lot of space. Derryfield lost the ball there for a moment, but recovered quickly, kept their composure, got the ball quickly down the field, and got the goal.
Well, this is why I have called Quinn Silvio my Swiss Army knife award winner, because he does so many things so well, and without him putting the extra effort into getting that miscue at the midfield and then staying after the ground ball and getting it over, that goal may not have occurred. But he did his part there. He gets a hockey assist.
And great work there. You saw on the screen up close, Logan Purvis, what he does well. Now good passing here. Wide open shot. Good work, though. Open chance there for Murray.
Wow, Jackson really rose to the occasion there. That was a point-blank shot. Now I think that went off his hands, but he was right there. And man, Murray's going to be seeing that one tonight.
That was either off his hand or off his helmet, one of the two.
Did it go off his helmet?
It looked like it might have.
Yeah, rode the stack probably right up his hands and off the dome.
Toughest shot, but the best save so far we've seen in this game is Jaguars able to create a turnover here. Trying to go back in transition.
Smart play on the Jaguars' part here.
Yeah, Derryfield is back.
Yeah, they were. You were right. They had big-time numbers. I think there was a 5-on-2 there with Derryfield in the positive.
It's good work there to recover by Derryfield. Had under 3 minutes here in the opening quarter. 4-1 the lead. There's Ryan. He was shut off quickly. Didn't have a lot of time there. I think he thought about a shot.
Yeah, it looks like they're switching Little on to Ryan. See if that matchup stays the same.
Now bouncing shot there. It's going to go wide. That was Denton.
Yeah, Denton had a goal in that first game too this season. That was a kind of a funky-looking shot because he got hit late.
Now, drop around chance. That'll go wide in the far post for Conley.
And that looked kind of funky, too. They're getting played hard. They're getting their shots off, but Derryfield is getting pressure on their hands and their bodies, which is throwing things off a little bit in terms of the release.
Derryfield not making it easy right now. Ryan has a low shot, and he finds some space. Alex Ryan showing why he's off to Bentley. He gets his second of the game, and the deficit is back down to 2.
Well, again, I mean, you got to watch what Alex Ryan is doing there. Now, that was his second goal of the game, virtually in the same spot, virtually the same release. Watch for Coach Hetler to maybe do something with that matchup. Maybe too early to face guard a guy, but might be some changes in order.
Yeah, in the first meeting, it was like we talked about, they were the one guy that was consistently getting good looks and getting goals for Windham, and he's back to his old tricks again here today against the Cougars. Derryfield here with under 2 minutes in the first quarter left, trying to build that lead back up to 3. That's the biggest they've had here in this opening quarter. Canty now with it. Cut to the middle here by Silvio. Splits a couple of defenders. Good strength there to find his way through.
Yeah, in the games we've done this year with Windham, nice move by Tate.
Oh, that's just a brilliant goal there for Tate Flint. Weaves his way through the defense and just flicks it home. And Derryfield, they've allowed a couple goals, but they've been able to bounce back and get one of their own each time.
Yeah, this is like in basketball, you're hitting threes while the other team's hitting twos, and you're not making up any ground. And this is what happens when Derryfield gets off to a quick start. Tough shot for him to make, dropping his hands, but literally no pressure from Galit Satos there on defense, and really no quick slide at all.
Good work there again by Logan Purvis. Purvis just a sophomore, but he's playing phenomenal right now like he has all season from the face-off. And flipping that goal it just looked so weak, like a flick of the wrist, and he's just able to generate some good power.
Yeah. Well, this is something Nick and I talked about a lot this season, and that is, you've got guys that score goals and put points up, and then you've got goal scorers, guys that are just they have a knack for finding the net, and Tate Flint is certainly. Silvio is another one of those guys that just can, wherever he's at on the field, he can pop it in.
They have got the goal scorers, and they have come out to play here in the opening quarter. 5-2 the score here. As we're under 30 seconds to go, Derryfield looking to probably use most of this clock and try to get one last chance before this first quarter comes to an end. Silvio now.
Oh.
Looking to wrap around.
There's what you need.
That's good physical defense there from the Jaguars, looking to get more of that as this game progresses.
Oh, miscue.
Chance to score, and they do with 3.9 on the clock. Ethan Flanagan off a bad Windham turnover, and it's their largest lead of this first quarter at 6-2.
Yeah, that's just, man, you had a great sequence on defense there. You dropped Quinn Silvio, who was strolling in, and here you make just an ill-advised clearing pass, and that's just unfortunate.
That's Masici. They wanted to go quickly in transition with a few seconds left, but that can happen, as that is going to conclude the first quarter as the Derryfield Cougars, the 2 seed, imposing their will here in the start as they've got a 6-2 lead as we head to the break. You're watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division Semifinals here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Fields Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Welcome back here to Stello Stadium, the start of the second quarter. Number 2 Derryfield leading at number 3 Windham, 6-2 here in the NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division 2 semifinals. Evan Alfano, Roger Howe, and what do you see in that first quarter?
Wow, I was expecting firepower, but I wasn't expecting 6-2 type of firepower. Give it to Logan Purvis. He went 9-0 at the X, which has really been the trend so far, whether it's D1, D2, or D3. When you're owning that X, good things begin to happen, and this is happening here. I liked what I saw there defensively at the end on the Jaguars' part. They need to step that up and continue with that.
Another win there. That's 10 for Purvis, and 10-0. That's pretty good, I'd say, to start a game from face-off. As here come the Cougars again. Flanagan, who just scored that goal with a few seconds to go in the first quarter. It may be a bit of a take the wind out of the sails of Windham just a bit to allow that goal late. Again, 6-2. This is the largest lead of the game for Derryfield, and another face-off win gives them a chance to add to it. And as good as Derryfield's been offensively, it's the face-off area with Purvis. That's really, to me, been the story of the game so far.
Yeah, and Fowler getting him off to a quick start he's the wing guy on that face-off, and he takes it right down the gut.
Cougars will work it around again. Kramer with it, works it up top. Now moving to the left. Riley gives it over. Kramer with it. Cougars looking for maybe a cut. Just waiting for that opening. It's Flanagan over there on the far side. He's able to give it off to Cabot, who's got a goal. Offense has been really spread out.
Well, that's kind of what Coach Hetler likes to do, and he'll morph into a different set. Now, most of the offense was predominantly out in front. It looks like he's trying to work in a little bit of backside work here, whether it be two-man or with, Murray and Prue is out there now, the freshman. But good for Windham here. They're gonna need to do the same thing here on offense. Ooh, big slash.
Yeah, they hold their ground defensively, and they able to cause a turnover. Good work there by Samuel Dunham, who got the turnover.
Yeah, he's holding his arm down. He got a good slap there by Flanagan as he approached the box, Evan. We'll have to keep an eye on him because he went right over to the bench.
Yeah, not a good look there, but he's able to go off. Thought maybe a chance there for Windham. They don't have to shoot. They'll work it back around. Denton now. Good pass, wide open chance, and they score. Wide open there. It's Evan Conley as he just kind of found his way behind the Derryfield defense, and I don't think Coach Hetler would be too pleased with that, but a good goal there for Windham, a good start to this second quarter.
Yeah, and they needed that. They really worked that ball nicely, patient. You and I both kind of looked at each other when they missed that one take, but give it to Drew Denton. He scored in that game earlier this season, as we mentioned, so he's one of their integral parts too.
Yeah, great pass by Denton, finding Conley, and Conley grabs the goal. One of the seniors having Conley off to Villanova. So now it's 6-3. Windham, just the start they wanted here. A defensive stand, they cause a turnover, and then they get a goal.
Well, I'm not tracking ground balls today, but Mr. Fowler, that's got to be at least 6 or 7 ground balls, all off of face-offs right now for him.
Yeah, working in tandem with Purvis to help Derryfield start their possession. They do so here. Flint, fake there, now goes back to his right, a shooting chance.
Nice save.
Great save. Silvio, though, picks it up, he fires. That'll skip over. Good work by Jackson Milano. He's had a couple of really nice saves early on.
Yeah, he had 2 in the first quarter. Probably should have had a third with the first goal there that went off his leg, but he rises up here.
Not been phased by the onslaught of Derryfield so far, helping to keep Windham within striking distance. Cabot now.
And that's what's so important about being a good goaltender. Just leave the past behind you.
Right. That can be
quickly.
Tough, but Milano's done a good job. Canty now has it. Now Flint, who's got a pair of goals. He backpedals here. Is
so 1-4 set here, Evan. Let's see what the middle does on this with Flint. They pop and recede. I like that.
Yeah, popping out there was Prue. And he'll give it off to Silvio. Gets back to Flint.
Maybe run it from the wing, says Coach Hetler. Let's do it again.
So here comes Flint.
Or behind.
Quick pass up top, open chance here, and they score.
Yep, exactly.
Good patience. And that is Murray who grabs the goal. Alexander Murray gets his first, the sophomore. Like you said, Coach Hetler just calling out a couple plays. Derryfield showing good patience, and eventually they find the open shot in the goal.
Yeah, when you got a guy like Tate Flint, or really just about anybody on the starting lineup for Derryfield, on offense, you can literally just rotate the field around with that one guy and isolate him in any part of the field. You can do a wingo, you can do something up top, but they actually moved that whole play over, and it was a one-guy ISO with 5 guys up top, and somebody just wasn't covering Murray well.
And there's Fowler off the face-off from Purvis to start Derryfield once again. And it looks like we're going to have our first timeout here. Windham's going to take it. 7:20 to go. 7-3, Derryfield has the lead.
Our broadcast today is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and the quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. MG Sports, also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com and start saving money for your team today. New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NewHampshireIPhoneRepair.com. New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.NewHampshireTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And by Roger Howe Real Estate. By the Beam Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Let's get back to the action.
Hey, saving the best for last, right?
That's weird reading your own promo. It really is, not, very strange.
Thank all of our sponsors, of course, being a part of the action here. So we are back underway. 7:12 to go here, second quarter. Derryfield, the 7-3 lead. They've got possession once again. They've gotten goals really all over the field, led by Tube and Tate Flint. Murray, Silvio, Fowler, Cabot, Flanagan each have goals, showing the depth of this Derryfield team.
Yeah, and that's been their tradition this season, is that they really like to spread it, and they find success with that.
Good defense stand there, but Flint able to snag it, gives it up to Silvio. Back to his left, turns, fires. Good save by Milano right into his stick, and he will start it up for Windham.
That was a good track by Jackson Milano, too, because that was kind of a fade and a jump and a turn, and it's hard for a goalie to see that release. And he eyeballed that quite well out of the jump from Quinn.
Jacob Spollinger defensively able to clear it to Alex Ryan for Windham. As certainly it's been better for Windham defensively in this quarter. They've made it tougher for Derryfield. Cougars do have the 1 goal, each team with 1 so far in the second quarter. O'Connor plays it out of the X to Blake Bazin.
If you notice, they got Alex Ryan up in that ISO position, trying to pull out, maybe do a 5-on-5 play here. Ooh.
Bazin off the screen, little shot, good save there. Parker Leibitz there, the sophomore.
Now here you go.
Yep. Shot, and there it is. Alex Ryan's got his first half hat trick. He goes low and sneaks it through, and it's 7-4 as Windham starting to get going here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, the defense kind of lost track of this guy. That's Little's responsibility, the long pole, and the ball goes out of bounds on that shot, and they just kind of drift away from Alex, and they find him right away.
And Alex Ryan, guy you don't want to lose, and I think he sensed that he had some space and able to get the ball quickly as right off the face-off. It's Purvis. He does it himself. Don't believe he's yet to lose a face-off yet as this game's progressed. I don't want to jinx him, of course.
Yeah, he has not. And I think that's the first one he's won on his own without the help of his ground ball vacuum teammate over there.
Just trying to make it a little tougher on himself. He said, I'll work to win this one myself. So here's Canty for Derryfield. Derryfield has been nice and patient here in the second quarter offensively. They've set up some offense, especially for Flint, we've seen him really all over the field. A guy that when he's got the ball, it feels like everyone defensively is looking at him to see what he does.
Somebody's got to recover back. There are two guys playing one here.
Murray, pass up top.
They're still mismatched.
And that was blocked. Kramer had a open chance to shoot, but the defense able to get in the way of the shot, but he's able to recover here. Now wide open here.
Ooh.
Pass across, another chance. Felt like maybe Cabot could shoot there, but decided to pass it off.
Like what the Jaguars did there at midfield to allow the defense to recover a little bit. As the ball went over the 50, or towards the 50, they popped an attackman down. That was Alex Ryan.
As here's Silvio, who just came back onto the field, and still slow things up. Canty back the other way.
Coach Hetler calling for that 1-4 again. Or maybe he was calling 4-4. Because we see him strolling off the field. That's Canty.
So let's see what they have in store here. Is to his left is Flint just onto the field.
Oh,
pass
yeah.
across, is a great pass.
Oh, what a play.
And what a stop there, Milano. An incredible save there to stone Cabot. It was great ball move, but Milano right to left makes maybe his best save. He's had quite a few.
Oh, that was fantastic. I want to see that in a replay. That was a great low to high release, and Milano was all over that.
It's a great pass by Flint across to Cabot. As we're getting another look right here, there's the pass, and look at Milano just get in the way right to left and doesn't allow a rebound either.
That's sweet. Father of two goalies, so I know how that feels.
Certainly a tough position to play.
Ooh, can't afford these kind of unforced errors, that's for sure.
Now we've seen a few bad turnovers from Windham, especially the one late in the first quarter. And a push being called against Derryfield, so Windham keeps possession. It'll be Alex Ryan.
Yeah, that's the head official, Dave Shannon, as we mentioned at the start of the broadcast.
Ryan thought about a shot. Couple of Cougars, though, all over him. That's going to force a turnover, and you talked about just can't have these sorts of turnovers.
Well, they had him double-teamed. They had Flanagan and Dugan Little on him, and he should have just backed away and ran away from pressure. Instead, he stood static there and tried to get a cross-field pass, and sure enough, he got disrupted on the release and change of hands.
There's good defense, too, though, from Derryfield. But like you said, just got to back things out there in that case. And so now Derryfield and Tate Flint. Looks like they're going to set something up here.
Kind of looks familiar, doesn't it?
We've seen it work before. They're going to pass up top here. Murray to Silvio.
Just pack them in and confuse the defense as much as you can.
Now Flint now, one-on-one. Spins back to his right, open towards goal. Pass across, shot. And doesn't sneak home. It's a good idea there, trying to find Murray.
Well, I think that's got to be Jaguars' ball.
And it will be.
Yeah. Great job, Jackson Milano.
Windham's made some nice plays here defensively in the second quarter, but looking to capitalize here as they're able to clear it. Good work there by Andrew Trudeau.
Both teams are being very patient on their offense possessions, too, aside from those mistakes, the prior possession by the Jaguars. I like what they're doing.
Denton, and he's knocked to the ground. And maybe, I think, a crease violation, the call there.
Yeah.
So it will be Derryfield possession. Both teams, better start for Derryfield, but sometimes you think maybe some nerves in a semifinal, but both teams have come out playing well. Windham definitely settling down more so in this quarter, but Derryfield haven't really seen many nerves from them to start this semifinal game.
No, but I think also, Evan, when you start off the game with a long pole off the face-off, scoring within the first few seconds of the game, and the way that goal went in, that kind of deflates you a little bit. You got to kind of, the rest of the team isn't like a goaltender. They're not thinking that. They're thinking, oh, man, what's our day look like? So, maybe less nerves, but, a little deflation. But, it could be. I'm not seeing that certainly out of Derryfield, as you said, and they don't look like they're playing nervous.
Not at all. It's as if they didn't have time to be nervous with how quick that first goal was. And this score, it looks familiar. It was 7-4 at halftime in the first meeting. Derryfield, of course, 30 seconds to try to add to it. We'll talk a bit more about that as we head to the break here, but up top to Silvio. Now turning and firing. Close chance there for Cabot. Cabot's had some good looks that he hasn't been able to bury so far. He does have one goal. And
yeah, we get in a timeout here, which with 18 seconds left, I think Derryfield is probably the one that took this timeout.
I have to think that Coach Hetler here looking to try to set something up here. 18 seconds to go. Trying to get some momentum here. Remember, they scored at 3.9 seconds to go in the first quarter off a Windham turnover. And they're trying to do something similar here to head into halftime.
Yeah, and that one last play right there that went into Chili Cabot's stick from Quinn Silvio, I got a sense that Coach Hetler really wanted to get that ball worked down to the attack and change things up from these step down shots and working from the top on dodges. This is how he changes his game around with his players. Cabot has been very successful in that first 3x3 box, yet Cabot stepped out a little bit further and didn't get the shot even on net. And I think maybe this is, prompting him to want to take this time out and put something in a little different here that with the 18 seconds they can pay off. So it'll be interesting to see, who he ends up putting this ball in the hands of and, see what comes out of it. They've had very good success with isolation, so maybe we'll see something like that in a big skip.
Lots of time to work. You can see Flint there in the axe right behind the goal. And he'll get the ball from Murray. Flint now back to his right, 10 seconds to go. Able to get off to Cabot. It's played up top, 5 seconds. Silvio has to go quickly, back to his right. Lost his footing, back to his left, gets a pass off, but that's going to be it. And I'm not sure that's exactly what Derryfield wanted, but credit to Windham there. They make a good defensive stand as we head into halftime with an identical score from the first meeting. It's Derryfield 7, Windham 4. Roger, thoughts in that first half?
Yeah, and I like what I just saw there. Good slide by Spallinger coming on to their hot gun, Quinn Silvio, and they squelched that right away, and they get in his face, and he can't even get a good pass off to the wing to try and get a good quality shot off. So hopefully that'll be some things to look forward to here in the second half with the Jaguars on their defense. But hey, that was in spite of the score, 7-4. That's like you said, it was that way in the first meeting. So let's see what both teams can do coming out of the long break here.
Both teams heading to the break. It's been a good game so far. We'll be right back for the start of the second half action. 7-4, Derryfield's got the lead. You're watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division II semifinals here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471 888-866-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Welcome back here, Stello Stadium. Evan Alfano with you. Roger Howe as well, as we're at halftime here between Derryfield and Windham. The Cougars with a 7-4 lead here as the 2-seed over the 3-seed Windham. It's been a tightly contested opening half so far.
Yeah, and seeing that score at 7-4, it didn't look like we were heading in that direction from the very first whistle here with the way Derryfield came out storming, scoring the first 3 goals of the game. You want to run down where the scoring came from here?
Of course, and we've had goals really from all over the place from Derryfield as they start off really seconds in. 11:46 of the first quarter was Max Fowler, the long stick, who's able to bury it. It kind of deflected off of Milano in goal and snuck in. It was a good start to kind of, we talked about maybe deflate Windham a little bit right off the bat. And then, of course, Tate Flint will say his name again as he got off with another good goal. 9:25 was that goal to put him up 2-0. And that was followed by a third goal by Quinn Silvio in the midfield as he was able to fire a shot. It was a good one in the top corner. It was quickly 3-0 Derryfield. But things settled down a bit for Windham. They got one back with Alex Ryan, who's had a phenomenal first half. That was the first of his 3 goals. Derryfield, though, every time Windham would strike in that fourth quarter, they quickly fire back with a goal of their own, and it was Chilton Cabot who got one back for Derryfield. He talked about how it's in basketball, right? You can't trade threes with twos. You're never going to come back and win. And so Ryan struck again at 2:08 to go in the first quarter, but then it was Tate Flint, the top two players for each team, going back and forth. And the first quarter was finished off by Alexander Murray, as it was a 6-2 lead, a big offensive first quarter there from Derryfield. But moving on into the second quarter, Windham actually won that quarter, 2-1, as they got a first goal from Evan Conley, the senior, at 9:34 of that second quarter. Murray grabbed another goal for Derryfield at 7:31, but then it was Alex Ryan completing his first half hat trick at 5:37. And that's where we sit here at 7-4. So Windham, a much better second quarter. They won the quarter 2-1. But in the last meeting that these two teams played, it was 7-4 at halftime. But Windham came out of the locker room and got shut out in that third quarter in the first meeting. So very interested to see what Windham does here this time around in the third quarter.
Yeah, and in that first game, the Cougars came out and started plugging in their freshman stars, and that's R.J. Prue and number 2 Kramer, John Kramer, both Bedford boys that transferred over to Derryfield, and Coach Hetler started to change that offensive look a little bit with some different personnel. And to my knowledge, I've only seen Prue on the field once and no Kramer. So maybe this is the time he pulls that card out again and see what the Jaguars do to react to that. It will be even more interesting to me to see what the Jaguars do with Alex Ryan and where they place him on the field, because in the second game I saw with the Jaguars, they tried to leave him in one spot, and it just didn't work. They the opposing team picked up on him, played him hard, and he was shut out for the remainder of that second half against Hollis Brookline. Also want to see what Derryfield does to take care of Alex Ryan. Now, Alex Ryan, that third goal that he had was in a different spot. It was on the other side of the field from up top the box, not out on the wing where he's just absolutely lethal. But to see what they do. Do they leave Dugan Little on him, for the remainder of this? And certainly they can't afford to forget about where Alex Ryan is on the field. Once you start to, key in on one particular player, then you got to worry about Denton. You got to worry about some of the other boys out there like Conley on the Jaguars offense.
Now we saw one play in particular. Derryfield put a couple of defenders on Ryan and ended up forcing a turnover in that second quarter. He tried to, instead of, like he said, backing out, he tried to force a pass that ended up being overthrown and knocked out of play. So we'll see if they can try to get Ryan more uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I don't know if that particular play that you mentioned was a mistake by Derryfield or not, because you don't want to leave the far side of the field open too. So if Alex had stepped back a little bit and not tried to pass into pressure that was in his face, that might have been a different story. You like to come in and you like to double quickly. If the ball's on the ground, you stay with it. But in that case, he was just simply standing static. So I think that was maybe more of a break for Derryfield, in a defensive mistake. So let's see what happens here also on faceoffs, because our boy Purvis out there went 13-0 in that first half of it.
As perfect as you can get there in the first half, and he'll do it again as it finds Max Fowler, and Derryfield will go back to work. Had a big third quarter in the first meeting. We'll see what they do as this third quarter gets underway. It'll be Alexander Murray who's got it here. Derryfield, of course, white uniforms, maroon letters and numbers. Windham with the blue uniforms, white letters and numbers here for the first of two semifinals here in NHIAA Division II Boys Lacrosse, Portsmouth and Timberlane coming up right after this.
So no changes in offensive personnel. That you do see Prue out there right now again. Good slide.
Good defense there against Tate Flint. Ground ball here. It's going to roll out of play, and it's going to be possession to Windham. So a good start defensively as they get up close there on Flint.
Yeah, good pressure. They stayed with it, and they come up with it.
And now here comes Windham. Patrick Furtado gets it into the middle to Trudel as they're able to clear it. Brian Damaris.
Oh.
He runs into a Cougar there. Big physical play. That was Ethan Flanagan. A brick wall
Oh,
right
and another
there.
one.
And things getting a little chippy here as Windham responds.
All good, though. All good.
Each team up the task here physically.
Oh.
Ground ball here.
You can hear Coach Hetler saying, easy, easy. Didn't want to see a slash call, but darned if Quinn Silvio doesn't come up with a good tap and tap and release, as we say.
Good crowd on here at Stello Stadium. They've been very pleased with how this third quarter has gone underway. Each team trading hits there and trading possession. But it's Derryfield who has it now. It's Murray.
Ooh.
Tries to get a pass up top, maybe force that pass a bit, trying to find Canty in the middle.
Yeah, Drew Denton with a very late, not late infraction-wise, but late check as he was passing that ball. Good timing.
Both teams have really stepped up the physicality here to start this third quarter.
No slide here. No slide.
That's Flint there. He's able to get it back to Cabot. And he'll get it back here. See what Flint does with it.
I'm sorry, Evan, didn't mean to step on you there, but Furtado's just about giving up the two-man game behind. He was going to guard goal line extended there and let them play.
Derryfield moving the ball quickly here. Now Flint, one-on-one. Gets a pass across. Good catch there by Murray, the pass up high.
Good low coverage there by the Jaguar defense.
Windham solid so far. Derryfield, though, doing a nice job. Haven't forced too much. I get a pass across, deflected off a Windham stick. That's going to be tracked down, though, by Murray. And back out to Canty. Canty, a lot of space here. Walks into a shot, a rising one that goes up and over.
Ooh, just enough to get possession back from Derryfield there.
You can see Canty right here. A lot of space. Just kind of walks into this. But just slings it over.
It almost looks like they're willing to give up that outside shot with clearance for the sake of packing it in on defense. They're very tight. That's a great save.
Yeah, good work there by Milano. And, you know, the way Milano's played, I can see why maybe they're okay with those long shots because he's been phenomenal in goal for Windham. Is down to the turf goes Bazin there, and Derryfield. Pass gets deflected. No one knew it was for a moment, and Windham able to clear it after some trouble there. Bazin's got it. He'll give it off, and good work here by the Jaguars. Drew Denton.
Well, I'm wondering if Coach Young and his staff did some really good scouting on what Derryfield likes to do in the second half of the game, and that is change up the looks. And their expectation is that they were going to start working it behind, which we started to see that, and thus the packing in of the defense and allowing those upper midfielders to kind of roam free and shoot some far out stuff, almost as if they were in a zone.
Now can they capitalize on the other end? A shot, a couple bounces, good save there. Leibitz gets in the way.
We're going to give him a save on that because Mr. Lebedes has not had much action here.
Has not seen a ton.
Well, the shots they've been making have either been completely off target or in the goal, so nothing in between as far as testing Parker at all.
Milano's made a lot more saves, just more chances on target, like you said. Now it's
new bodies.
Murray. Now into the X with it. See what Derryfield can do here.
So here's John Kramer for the first time today, as I mentioned. Again, you got Prue and Kramer, the two freshmen, and Prue gets the ball here.
Good work by Prue. Now an open shot here, turning. That's blocked. Good stick there. I believe that was Furtado who got in the shooting lane there.
I got to tell you, Furtado's been one of my favorite defenders since last year when I first saw him on varsity. He is as tough as nails. He wore half the field on his uniform and his legs and his cleats and everything in a game we did last year, and he's just tough. Tough kid.
Yeah, he's done a good job, just not afraid to get in front of shots. He did so with the stick there. Derryfield able to keep possession. Flanagan now with it. He's got a goal.
Good bump, good slide, good recovery by Jaguars.
Now Murray. Trudell wouldn't let him get past. Windham defense has been stout so far. 5.5 to go here in this third quarter. 7-4, Derryfield. Back to work. Silvio slips up on the turf. He just regained his footing and then lost it again.
Uh-oh.
And lots of shooting space here. And not that time for Flint.
Wow, and he does not miss from that spot on the field that often.
He had all day there. But couldn't quite capitalize that time. Now Murray good past the middle.
That's a nice
shot and
play.
they score. That is just phenomenal there. Murray finds Cabot in front of goal, and Derryfield gets an important goal to start this third quarter.
Wow, we're deep into the third, and this has been a quick-paced defensive battle here until then. But I got to hand it to Windham. They've played some pretty damn good defense here.
Yeah, that's just great ball movement there. Murray looks with his eyes to his left and saw Cabot. And good work, too, by Cabot to move position out in front where he could get the pass, turn, and keep his composure. He didn't rush himself, and he's able to find back the net. As face-off violation here is going to give possession to Derryfield. As it's, again, we've just said a defensive third quarter, just a one goal, but Derryfield really controlling time of possession here.
Yeah, and, this might be a point in Cabot racing around from the backside to be on the front side and get that pass. Might be an indication that maybe they're wearing the Jaguars' defense down a little bit. Denton was the defender on that play on Cabot, and he just kind of hung his head after that and took a deep breath and could be fatigue.
They pass the ball around quickly. When you're defending for so long, it definitely can get to you after a while. Flint tried to get past to a middle. Denton got his stick in the way, and Milano will pick it up.
And this is exactly playing into what I had said at the turn of the half, and that is, putting the two freshmen out there and mixing bodies in, you got fresh strength coming out there.
Turnover here was Trudell that made the play defensively. My apologies there for Windham defensively. And now they try to create a turnover of their own. But that is Dugan Little who scoops it up. And whistle here, and it's going to go back to Windham.
I think he might have stepped on the line, Evan, coming out of that twist and turn.
That was good pressure defensively on Little. Andrew Trudell, another player who's looked good defensively for Windham so far here this evening.
Yeah, that whole trio there with Spallinger and Furtado and
looking over on that side of the field, they look a little tired defensively, the Windham defenders right now.
Well, look at Denton now, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was trying to spit his name out there, but I was watching him more intently to see. Look, he looks like he just ran a marathon. Yeah, I think he's tired. Denton was that, like I said, that defender on Chili Cabot.
It's been a tough quarter, but they've been able to hold their ground. 8-4 the lead, you have 3 minutes to go, and Windham a big opportunity here to try to grab a goal. Ball worked into the X here.
Nathan Crowley on the offensive side for Windham for the first time today, also, Evan. So they're taking a page from Hetler's playbook here and getting fresh bodies out there and fresh looks.
Working around quickly here. Shot from distance, and he scores.
He does. Alex again.
Alex Ryan had a nice shooting lane there, and even though it was from distance, he goes down low, and that's another good goal there. Leibitz, that's what they've been able to beat him a lot, is down low.
Yeah, and Leibitz just wasn't sharp here. He wasn't really paying attention as much. He wasn't even set, really. He thought Alex was going to drive the alley here, and Alex just kind of stops and gives a big crank, and you can see where his left foot was, right up against the pipe. That's an indication that the goalie thinks he's going to have to, move his body and stay in the thirds of the crease where the crescent is. And I think he was really anticipating that was going to be an alley drive, and just not so.
Yeah, I talked about Leibitz being newer to that position for Derryfield. So 8-5 now. Windham able to get that goal back here in this quarter. Murray, a low shot, skips just wide, and when you play on turf, those low shots can really come at you quickly as a goalie.
Yeah, and, of course, Windham plays on natural grass, and that field is in pretty good shape normally. I'm sure about this time of year it's not. It's not in the greatest of shape, but they play on turf enough. Wow. Good
Great
play.
Passing there, and that's R.J. Prue gets on the score sheet. Derryfield, some good maul movement again. Good cut there from Prue. Just found some space in front of goal, and that's going to make it 9-5.
Yeah, possession is everything right now. Derryfield is dominating at the X, which is going to be a tough thing to overcome for the defense, and they're just tired. I mean, they're just tired. I mean, Jacob Spallinger was holding on for dear life there, and, the fresh legs of the young freshman, Prue, just blows on by him. Don't need too many schemes when you've got athleticism and strength and wind and all that going for you. Another win.
Purvis knocked to the ground there, and they do get possession. Windham trying all they can to get the face-off. Derryfield back to work, and it's just so impressive to look up and down this lineup. Sophomores, freshmen, juniors, really just a couple of seniors.
Well, we talk at length about face-off strengths, with the likes of J.J. Murphy from Bishop Girton, Cole Frank from Pinkerton, Nick Smith at Portsmouth, who we'll see in the second game coming up. And there's arguments out there from the lacrosse world about removing the face-off from the game to eliminate situations like this where one guy can literally control the entire, play operations out there for a team, and basically shun the other team from participating in the game, so to speak.
Right.
I'm not a fan of that.
I would agree.
But there's been a lot of discussion. There's some coaches out there that are very adamant about removing the face-off from the game and awarding the ball to the goaltender immediately after a goal is scored, and I'm just not a fan of that.
Yeah.
You play with the players you're given. And what do we got here? Maybe a illegal screen somewhere that we didn't see. It looked pretty.
Yeah, call. I think it was against Flanagan over there.
Yeah.
Gives Windham possession. It's final 15 seconds here already. It's been a fast-moving third
really
quarter.
Has.
Derryfield a 9-5 lead, outscoring Windham 2-1. It's been a much better third quarter for Windham than their first meeting, but still find themselves trailing by 4 goals. And the reason why their shot late from distance will not go, and that is going to conclude quarter number 3. The number 2 Derryfield Cougars with a 9-5 lead here over number 3 Windham as we are heading towards the 4th and final quarter here in semifinal number 1. As we'll head to a quick break here. You're watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division II semifinal here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Welcome back here to the beautiful Stello Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. Number 2 Derryfield leading number 3 Windham 9-5 in the 2022 NHIAA Division II Boys Lacrosse Semifinal. This is the first one, of course. Timberlane will be taking on Portsmouth in the second game. Evan Alfano, Roger Howe with you as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Geez, Ben Beals and the camera crew here giving us a nice glimpse of the lake off in the distance. We should have brought our poles. You know, nice breeze, warm. Sun isn't in our face like it's been so many times this season. Here we go.
Quick fish between games.
Yeah.
And we are back underway, and off the face-off, it's the Derryfield Cougars with possession. As for both teams, Alex Ryan, of course, 4 goals leading the way for Windham. Alexander Murray's had a good game for Derryfield, a goal and 2 assists. And some space in front. Big hit there, and there's the flag.
And that's going to be served. Oh, he's going to call it. Okay. Yep. They're going to wave that off. He's official Shannon is going to call that a push, so that's a tech. And they're going to just allow that goal to go. So watch this pop, though. Yeah, I guess he didn't lead with it. It looked like he maybe led with his stick out in front, which would have been a cross check.
So the goal counts there for Cabot, and that is going to be 3. So a hat trick for Chilton Cabot, the sophomore. And that gets Derryfield's lead to 10-5 here, just under 30 seconds into this fourth quarter.
Yeah, these face-offs are becoming more and more important for the Jaguars, and Ketzelars is just not even penetrating anything, even as far as the disruption, to try and stop the Purvis train.
Yeah, Purvis just putting on a show there from the dot in the center of the field, and that's really what's been massive for the Derryfield Cougars. God, that was an impressive goal. I mean, as he was falling, he was able to almost Bobby Orr-esque there, finding the back of the net as he fell.
Yeah, I agree.
And so now for Derryfield, they're just able to get back to work here, trying to get their way back to the championship game. They'd won the 4 previous up to last year when Portsmouth defeated Timberlane. That was nice passing there, low shot, and that's another good save. Good passing there. Prue got the shot off, but Milano makes a tough save.
Yeah, I had up until that save, I had him with 7, and I would say 6 of those were just marvels. He was dialed in. He had good vision and made really good saves. That was one of them as well, but he had a little bit better look at that.
That's some great stops. The one early that we might have gone off a hand or the mask. And, of course, the one he moved right to left. Now a chance here will go wide. That was Drew Denton.
So Derryfield in that last set, they were in a 2-2. They've been in 1-4. They've been in 1-3-2. They've been in a number of different sets with different looks. And, R.J. Prue shot that ball. It was a great rotation off the 2. Good take here by Alex. But this is what good coaching and follow through from your players that have the IQ to handle different sets and different situations, and that was a good look for R.J. Prue right on the top of the crease.
Now Denton spins to his left. Nothing doing there as Jaguars, of course, will be looking for Alex Ryan offensively. But who else can step up here in this fourth quarter? They've got to get some goals here and get some quickly. A chance there, skips away. Chance there from Blake Bazin.
Yeah, we haven't really said his name the entire day, Blazin. He had a goal in the first matchup. This is a pretty good take. didn't get a lot of mustard on it. He just kind of flopped it overhand, but they need to keep working this and making sure that they're getting the ball back. Watch this isolation play and see what happens.
Pass goes across. That was off of Conley. It was a quick pass there from Ryan. Conley just couldn't quite control it. It's a nice idea trying to find Conley back post, but they couldn't quite connect. It'll be a turnover.
Yeah, Conley should have had it. He should have had it. That was right there. It wasn't sky high over his head. It was just a little more difficult, but he should have had that.
And so here comes Derryfield. Tyler Loctieri there, able to clear it for the Cougars. They go back to work here offensively. It's been a better second, third quarter defensively for Windham after they allowed the 6 goals in that first quarter. Like you said, they kind of packed it in and allowed those chances from distance.
Yeah, and I think that Derryfield's going to be, well,
that's a rocket. Quinn Silvio. That's a shot from distance there as he just winded up, waited for an opening, and fired. And I think it's the biggest lead of the game now for Derryfield, 11-5.
Yeah, and Quinn has kind of been sleeping out there today. Not that he hasn't been getting the ball and, having a decent game, but hasn't really put anything in the net. And now that the Jaguars seem to be a little bit fatigued on this defensive side, watch for him to start sparking it up a little bit. He has that knack of just getting open all the time. And like I said, he's their go-to guy along with Tate Flint, who we haven't heard from Tate since the first quarter. Or excuse me, the second quarter. He had an assist in the second quarter, but
wasn't able to get the face off. It was a whistle there, but nonetheless, the Jaguars do have possession as head towards 8.5 to go.
So was that a violation? Did you hear?
Yeah, I heard
it a violation?
It was a violation.
Okay.
So
didn't quite see.
And take what you can get at this point, though, for Windham is you've got to battle back here and work quickly. Here's a chance to shoot. Good save. Low shot there. And whistles. Talk about Liebitz struggling down low with shots, but he got his foot in the way that time to make a good save to his right. As Derryfield now will get possession back off a whistle.
Look at this clear. I love it. They got all the poles up at the 50 with the exception of one.
And they get it across in a quick timeout. Jared Moulton, the one to do it. 7:58 to go here in quarter number 4. 11-5, Derryfield has the lead.
Yeah, I mean, pretty steady play by both teams right now. That's a Derryfield timeout, and, this is one of those timeouts where 8 minutes left in the game. You're up comfortably at this point. This might be when we see them start to really possess the game and hold on to it and just see how much of the possession they can get. This broadcast is brought to you today by Beals Insurance. Beals Insurance Agency has several locations now in Bedford and in Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and the quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start saving money for your team today. By the New Hampshire iPhone Repair. Great folks, by the way. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NewHampshireIPhoneRepair.com. And by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. Let's get back to play and forget about Roger Howe's promo. They knew who Roger Howe is.
There he is up on the screen. As they're back underway, shot there was blocked. That was Tate Flint. Like you said, I haven't said his name a bunch here, especially in the second half. A chance there for him gets blocked away. Good work there by, that's Trudel there on the ground ball. We're going to get a flag here.
Yeah, a little late hit, I think. Yeah, illegal body check. And it's going to be against Quinn Silvio. So there's the first real penalty of the game.
As a Silvio off here, 7:27 to go in this fourth quarter. It's off for 1 minute. Illegal body check. First flag that's been called. One was thrown earlier that was picked back up, but the first one there. And a chance here for Windham for a minute. Trying to grab a goal back here.
Good motion.
Denton gives it off. Ryan from distance. He fires and he scores. And they needed that goal. 7:06 to go. Silvio off on the penalty. They get the goal with the extra attacker. It's 11-6.
Well, hand it to Windham for capitalizing on that. They, like you said, they really needed it, and the rotation was good. Little comes up a little bit late, which is expected when you have good rotations in a 6-on-5 set, and he gives it a good blast.
Just an absolute bullet there from Alex Ryan. 5 goals on the day. 11-6 the score. And it's a face-off win by Logan Purvis. Fake pass there. Nice clearance by Dugan Little. He faked a pass and just went right past Ryan. And stick gets knocked out, and there's a call there.
Yeah, that's a playing without the stick immediately, given the fact that he was bottling up things for the Jaguars to take possession.
Ryan back the other way. Derryfield a little careless last couple minutes. A couple of calls against him that's given Windham possession. Still 6.5 to go. Lots of time here for the Jaguars. So Derryfield can't be too relaxed right now. Here's Ryan to his left. Shot there will skip wide. Trying to go down low.
Yeah, one thing we do know about Alex Ryan that is his left is not his best. He is a righty sniper, and I give him credit for trying to change the look at least.
And that's Silvio getting in the shooting lane there. Could hear from all the way up here. Off of him, knocked away. Windham, though, keeps it. Here up top, it's Drew Denton. A running start for him. We'll bounce that one over to Evan Conley. Some nice ball moving again here by the Jaguars. Conley looks to find Ryan. He's got it now. Dugan Little defending him, as he's done so throughout this afternoon. Ryan trying to bully his way to the net.
There it is.
Open shot, bouncing, that goes off the bar. Conley, a good shot there.
I think Parker was on top of that too. I think he got a piece of this, Evan. Well, we missed it, but maybe Ben can replay that at some point.
Yeah, he was definitely in good position to make the save. Might have got a piece of it to knock it off of the bar.
Ooh.
Denton knocked out of his stick. Good defense there by Derryfield.
But Fowler has been everywhere in every quarter of this game.
He felt like Fowler's in a little bit of everything in this game. I mean, he's got a goal. He's made a couple of good defensive plays, plenty of ground balls, like you touched on in the first half. He's really done a little bit of everything for Derryfield for sure.
Yeah, he reminds me of a former LSM. Here we go. Here's this play. Yeah, I think he got a piece of that. But, yeah, Elijah Gorton was a LSM that was a spectacular player here at Derryfield a number of years ago, and Fowler, even his motions, his lankiness, his mannerisms remind me of Elijah, whose father actually is an assistant coach on the sidelines for the Cougars, Jeff Gordon. But yeah, Fowler's been everywhere.
Lots of good players on the field today. He's been one to really stand out. Right now for Derryfield is time starting to really tick away here for Windham. 4 minutes to go, 11-6 the score.
Yep, now you got to keep it in call by the refs. Derryfield's going to have to keep it in the box.
Silvio gets it across.
And Coach Hetler does the right thing. This is what I love to do as well, and is the smart thing to do, is that if you're going to lose the ball now, you get your guys in the back portion of the box and make it that much more difficult to step out of the box. So keep the pressure on, but start everything from behind and keep a majority of your play behind.
Rocket there by Tate Flint. Heads wide there. Flint's got it back for Derryfield. See some Timberlane players starting to make their way right next to the field. Again, Timberlane and Portsmouth up next. Another really good semifinal. Have it for you.
Oh, rode him down and got the flag. Gonna call a hold.
Flint just kind of slowly making his way to the ground there. Almost like in slow motion. We'll get the replay.
Yeah, this is Adam Burke. He hasn't seen much time today. He gets him hooked and then keeps the hold on him. Good stiff hands there by the Cougar attackman. But, yeah, they'll be down for 30 seconds here.
So first time Windham has been down a man here. Extra attacker for Derryfield, their first time. Just 30 seconds. We'll see what the Cougars can do here. You can hear Coach Hetler. They want to get up behind the goal, and that's where Silvio's going to go. Now Flint.
Yeah, you concede the shot just to waste the time here. I think Milano got that.
Milano, yeah, Flint goes out in front quickly. Ball still loose. Flint picks it up. And he gets drilled. Another chance.
Wow.
That was Trudell with the big hit on Flynn. We've said his name a lot defensively for Windham.
Yeah.
Here's the play right here. Is good clean hit there. And off the bar. It was a quick shot by, I think it was Canty. Just a bang-bang play.
Yeah, and good for the officials to let the players play right there. Nice and rough. Illegal screen. It's going the opposite direction.
They've really let him play throughout this whole game. Remember the start of the third quarter? We had some big hits back and forth.
Yeah.
But, everyone's all right. They've kept on playing. It's been a really fun game here to watch here. Semifinal number 1 of 2. And it looks like it will be the Derryfield Cougars who head back to the final. It's still a couple minutes here. We'll see what the Jaguars can do.
Yeah, watch for Coach Young to call a timeout here if they are in risk at all of losing the ball here.
He's got the timeout to use, so might as well, if you need it, to use it, right?
Yeah, and they're playing very lackadaisical for a team that's down by 5.
Denton has it.
Change hands, yes.
Back to his right, couple nice moves, but sails the shot. But it was good work there by Denton to create the opportunity.
And we have no balls in play.
One gets thrown back in. Not a huge problem, not a huge issue there when you've got the score that you do, but.
Well, especially if you, 5-hole. Make that 6.
Alex Ryan not done here this afternoon, and there's another goal down low. That's where he's been doing a lot of his damage. Gets his 6th of the game. He scored 6 of Windham's 7 goals to make it 11-7 late.
Well, like we said in the first quarter, you got guys that put goals on the board and you've got goal scorers. He's a goal scorer. He found what was available and he went to it and came right off that dodge, had a little bit of a screen. I think we got a timeout here, maybe Windham.
So a timeout called here. 1 minute, 9 seconds to go. Derryfield has the 11-7 lead. And that's going to all but do it for this first semifinal. It's been a very entertaining game.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, each team has had their moments of really good pursuit, really good static offenses, and, then changing into other looks, especially on the Derryfield side, obviously. If not for Alex Ryan, who else on the Jaguars throughout this game? Certainly he has dominated the play for the Jaguars, which we expected to see. So, with the exception of Evan Conley, he has been their entire offensive power today.
As you can see, there's Timberlane down there getting ready to head on to the field when this game concludes. They're the 4 seed. It'll be a rematch of last year's championship game. Excited for that contest. As one last time there for Logan Purvis to win the faceoff. Again, the only time he, lost was on a violation.
Yeah.
So he's had a perfect day at the dot, and that's, you can look at a lot of different ways why Derryfield's won this game, but to me, that's one of the biggest reasons why, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a make it, take it, buy one, sell one type of game when your face-off guy is winning every single face-off. It just never takes the pressure off the opposing team.
Windham here, trying to grab another goal late.
Yep, they got another timeout, so why not take it?
And they will take it here, 36.5 to go, and got a moment, and obviously hats off, or I guess helmets off to Windham for the season they've had. They came in, again, they had that big winning streak to start the season, that gauntlet of a midway through the season where they saw, Derryfield, Portsmouth. But coming into this game, they'd won 8 games in a row. They beat a good Timberlane team 8-7. So it's been a very good season for the Windham Jaguars, and something, of course, to build on as they prepare for the 2023 season.
I think that's good to see for them for next year, because they are going to lose some key players on this team. They're going to lose Alex Ryan. They're going to lose Furtado. They're going to lose Evan Conley. So they're going to have some big shoes to fill. Jackson Milano is obviously moving on. He's going to be playing football at New England College. I suspect you might coerce him into playing maybe even a game or two at the club level. Yeah. I don't even know if NEC has a club, to be honest with you, but they have a pretty decent Division III team. But they've got they're heavy in the senior class, so you might see that traditional dip from them next year. But conversely, Derryfield is not senior heavy. In fact, they didn't even name a captain this year, or captains. This was kind of the test year for Coach Hedler to see, who had the leadership gene ready to go for next year. So let's finish this one up.
Not a bad test year for Derryfield for sure, as they're on the way to the championship. We'll see what Windham, though, has.
Another one.
And it is another goal late. Blake Bazin, haven't said his name a lot, but he's able to find the back of the net there to make it 11-8. And it's a 3-goal game. We're 25 seconds left, maybe a little bit too late, but another good goal here for the Jaguars.
Yeah, this is another 5-hole, and it's all about positioning. He actually has pretty decent position there, but I think he might have gotten a little bit of a screen from his own defender there in number 3. Two back-to-back goals by Windham that went 5-hole.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the 5-hole goals there, and one more face-off here.
Look at this.
And Windham's got it. How about that? So Windham gets the face-off, and they're going to go quickly.
Oh, that's a push. Yeah.
Push there.
Yeah.
Flag comes out.
Yeah. Got to go, though.
Yeah, whistles goes. Ryan will fire a shot. Save is made. Ball still loose here. 5 seconds on the clock. Trying to pick it up. Time might just run out here, and I think it's going to.
You don't want to pick it up.
No, and they don't.
That's
a smart play there from the Cougars, and that is how the semifinal comes to an end. The number 2 seeded Derryfield Cougars are heading back to the championship game, a game that they know very well as they had won 4 straight from 16 through 19. And Windham's season, as their fans applaud them, it'll come to an end. It's a very good season, having won 8 consecutive games coming in. And there's a really good game here as Derryfield, they do, again, that big 6-goal first quarter really helped to propel them to this victory.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt, Evan. And, I would venture a speculative guess, educated in this game as I am, that if these two teams were to play a week from now, having the third contest in hand, the way this was much more competitive after you get beyond those first 6 goals in the actually the first 3 goals that put them back on their heels early in the first quarter, that it might even be a closer contest. But good showing by the Cougars, it'll be interesting to see, how they fare against whoever comes out of this second game, which should be a doozy.
Yeah, it would be kind of fun, right, if they were best of 3 or best of 5, these sort of series. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just the one, and Derryfield comes away with the 11-8 victory, and lots of good players on both sides. I talked about a senior-heavy Windham team, but Andrew Trudell defensively, just a sophomore, definitely kind of a player that I think Windham can build around there in the future. And of course Derryfield, lots of good players. Obviously Tate Flint, Chilton Cabot had a hat trick. There's a lot of young players to build around. I guess the last thing is, who are to you the players of the game? Maybe one for each team.
Obviously Alex Ryan for the Jaguars in a losing effort. 6 goals. Every single one of those goals were unassisted, with the exception of his 5th goal, which was Mr. Denton, Drew Denton, assisted on that. I got to go with the tandem. I'm going to do a co-player of the game. Purvis and Max Fowler. If it wasn't Purvis winning it straight out, which I think he maybe won straight out, maybe 3 or 4 face-offs, Fowler was there. He had to have close to 15 or 16 ground balls today, not only from the face-off wing, but also during play. He made himself present in every inch of field tonight.
And that is going to wrap it up here for semifinal number 1, as we'll be back shortly for the second one. Your final score here from Stella Stadium in game number 1, number 2 Derryfield 11, number 3 Windham 8. You've been watching the 2022 NHIAA Boys Lacrosse Division II semifinals here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, presented by Beals Insurance.